Yo, what's happening, guys? You know what we're doing? Let's get into it.
I
So Cobalt has a band-aid on his head because he tripped over a root
Don't
while
do
running
that.
in the park. But it's week 6 recap of the LSBA.
Woo!
Right, I gotta... So something interesting about this week is that all 5 battles are either a differential of 4, or 2.
Hmm.
2. And then 4. 3 fours and 2 twos. Isn't that fun?
Two gang, let's
so
go.
we're gonna start off with the Rashe versus David video, and a lot of weird stuff happens in this.
Yeah,
feel
So he leads out.
I don't remember exactly, but I
his
remember
reign,
there
and
was
he
some
leads out his
unfortunate
screen
hacks
setter.
in this,
He
battle.
U-turns so that it doesn't do much damage, but it
this is a rain.
gives him a slight advantage.
It is a rain team.
And then he
Nice
throws out a
catch.
stealth rock, and then he throws out a toxic, because this is a support swamper.
Swapper.
And then he flip turns, and I assume his 4th attack is Earthquake. And he had Hidden Power Grass. Rossi is not afraid to have hidden powers. And I think
no one should be afraid to
wasn't
have hidden
expecting
powers.
the Hidden
Like,
Power
that's a
Grass. He was
clutch move.
expecting the Will-O-Wisp. And so he switched into his special attacker, who also had Regenerator. And he flip turns into the Reflect, baiting the Will-O-Wisp to stall out his screens.
Oh yeah, 2 Will-O-Wisp misses.
Hits
That was
him
rough.
with Sludge Bomb. Pain
I
Splits.
believe poison gets
The
comes
Will-O-Wisp
through here.
missed, and it's...
Oh no, it doesn't.
You can't Toxic a Slowking's Galar.
Fast.
And he's immune to the poison. He switched into it.
Really slow.
He switches in his resist to water. What are you saying?
Like,
He didn't want to get hit by a hurricane. So he sends in his quad resist to flying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everything
All
has
the
hidden
HP
power
grass.
grass.
All the HP grass.
Magnezone and Rodom both had.
I mean, the
Hidden
the
power
only
grass.
other valid HP option would be HP Ice. But
So let's see.
both Rotom and
The Weather
Magnezone
Ball.
have other answers to Dragonite.
He
whereas
could
they
have
don't
taken
really
one
to
more Weather
Swampert, so
Ball
I feel
if
like
he
that
had
was pretty
decided
obvious.
to use Thunderbolt twice. Because he doesn't have his ground Pokemon anymore. He would have been fine. He could have just Thunderbolted twice. It would have KO'd.
Maybe. But he
But-
also might be trying to preserve his
He
Magnezone.
switches in this guy. He doesn't. He's expecting a heavy slam, and David was expecting
Not sure
him
why
to switch
David went
into
for EQ there.
Magnezone for
I
the
mean,
Magnet
even
Pull.
expecting the
That's why he has Earthquake
Magnezone
on
play,
him.
I'm pretty sure Celestial
But-
has. If he needs Magnezone,
No,
he
he's
can
trying
go
to
for the
Will-O-Wisp.
EQ
and it's gonna miss
next go.
a second time. No, he's Pain Splitting. He's
Uh,
hoping to
missed the
Pain
third
Split
time.
the Celestial.
So yeah, I would have gone for the Heavy Slam with Celesteal rather
And the
than
Volt
EQ.
Switch
Heavy
gets
Slam hits
the
everything.
crit, and it knocks him out. It's horrible. Sends in the Lopunny, hits him with a Fake Out, and takes almost as much damage from the Fake Out. And I guess he doesn't have Psychic, like, legit
Well, he has Future
on his
Sight.
Slowking. He only has Future Sight.
Don't know why.
Oh, and he
Rossi
gets the
stayed in with
poison
Lopunny.
on the
There's no way
Sludge
Return was
Bomb.
killing
Don't
based
forget.
off that fake out damage.
So here's what happens. He misses 2 Will-O-Wisps.
3 Will-O-Wisps.
Um, gets a crit on the Volt
Bless you.
Switch. And he gets the poison on the Lopunny. On the
Well, I
Sludge
mean,
Bomb.
he had gone for multiple Sludge Bombs before without getting a poison,
there-
so
There's at
chances
least
are
3 other
it's a
luck
30% chance
things
poison,
that
so
happen.
has to get a poison eventually.
And
So that was the
although
least
Ice
hacksy of
Beam
what was
is
going on so
slightly more powerful than Freeze Dry, he should have had Freeze Dry. But maybe Freeze Dry wouldn't have knocked out the Zapdos there, so I don't know.
I mean, Swampert isn't around, so there
This
isn't
was
any
probably
reason
Scarf.
to go for freeze dries. If he does go
Kyurem,
into the Pelipper,
if I had to
then
guess.
two Ice Beams is
And
going to
then
take it out
he's-
anyways.
He hits him with the Air
So,
Slash. He
Might as well go for the
flinches.
better damage.
Add that to the list.
Yeah, Celesteal is just a monster.
And he was
I really
expecting
don't like
the
this
Magnezone
Pokemon.
switch again. But the Heavy Slam is weakened by the Reflect. Hits him with the Earthquake, and it doesn't do enough because he's expecting the
Thunderwave miss.
Magnezone.
I think that's
And he uses
four
Thunder Wave.
status
and
moves
it
with
misses.
90% accuracy.
He misses 2 Will-O-Wisps.
So he gets
He
the
misses
10%
1
miss
Thunder Wave.
on 4
He gets
times.
a crit from the Volt Switch. He gets a Sludge Bomb from poison from the Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, this was a pretty haxy match.
He gets a crit from the Volt Switch. And 2 Air Slash. Only 1 Air Slash flinch so far.
And another EQ. Yep.
And he keeps predicting that switch. It's the only thing that really threatens his Celesteela.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he
he's
has
gotta
to
spam
go for predicts at
Earthquake
this point, because if
on
he
the off
doesn't,
chance that it
then
happens.
he loses. So, yeah.
And he gets a second Air Slash flinch. And
Yep.
David says, yeah,
That
I've
was
been
a
getting pretty
rough
lucky
match.
this tournament. Rossi says, I'm so mad. So that was that one.
I mean, Rossi's always
Um,
mad. It was only a game. Why you have to be mad?
David ends up beating Rossi that term. He's only lost once so far. So let's reset this Taco versus Azoth battle.
Azos.
And this one's fun.
Azoth.
Azoth does some cool stuff.
Yeah, Azoth's been bringing some pretty heat sets
Says
this season. I like
Oompa.
it.
And Taco is brave. He just earthquakes it with his
Taco
scarf.
doesn't give a shit. I mean, like,
Yeah, he's
I wouldn't
got
call
a
it being
scarf
brave,
guard
I would
jump,
call it
and he
not giving a
earthquakes the
fuck.
Ninetales twice, even though he knows it only takes one blizzard or freeze dry to take him out. And they both have screens up. He's got his Aurora Veil, but he doesn't have his Aurora Veil setter anymore.
freaking screens, my lord.
You know, the smart thing
Like,
to do would have
I'm
been to
dedicated to
switch
not
in
bringing screens out
Vikavolt,
just as
because
a-
it's obviously scarfed.
Just to protest
and he
this
was
season.
locked into Earthquake. And he has Levitate. And then he's probably got, like, Hidden Power Ice, or... Honestly, he could have just Thunderbolted, and Taco wouldn't have had any good switch-ins for it. So we send in the Mawile, get the Intimidate. That's the whole goal. Hits him with Drain Punch. Drain Punch is kind of neutral. He expects the switch in, because why would you knock off a Burn Orb? A Flame Orb?
I mean...
he was expecting Brick Break, because
I mean, he did
this Mawile
expect
usually
the
has
switch.
Brick Break. Strength Sap on the Corviknight
But
that
also,
just switched
yeah, I mean,
in.
like, Conqueror was
heals
obviously
the
switching out, so it wasn't much of a
Jellicent
predict. It
all
was
the
a
way
predict,
up.
but it was a pretty easy predict.
The Will-O-Wisp burns the Klefki, and both screens go down. So expecting a Drain Punch, one might switch in Togekiss, because
Nah.
it quad resists fighting. But no. He's just going for spikes.
It's too
here.
early to go for
Sets
go
up
into
2
Togekiss,
layers on,
in my opinion,
Azoth's
because
side.
Tyrantrum
Which comes in
and
handy
Camerupt,
later. He only has 1 floater, so
and it's not worth risking the Ice Punch, in my opinion.
the Air Slash does way too much on the Vikavolt, but he goes for a Thunderbolt, and I guess he's specs. And he has crunch on his scarf Garchomp just in case of jellicence.
Azoth absolutely should have gone for the ice punch there. There's no reason not to. I mean, it was a. Unless he didn't have ice punch, I guess I don't really know.
The air
But why
slash is
wouldn't you have ice punch on
resisted
the
by
Conkeldurr
Tyrantrum's rock type.
facing Garchomp and Togekiss?
And this is the
The only thing that
The
doesn't want to
last
take an ice
week.
punch is
No.
Mawile.
second
And
to
Crawdon.
last
Crawdon
week
fears
because
the
he
fighting,
trades
so.
his Corviknight. And if he had put body press on his Corviknight, it might have knocked out the Tyrantrum, but no.
I think Rashe is still salty
gets
about
hit by
not
the
getting
head
Corviknight
smash.
this season.
Luckily, he's got a Scarf Garchomp, and he uses Brick Break in case of a Vikavolt switch in. And he's still stuck on it.
Why, in case of a
I mean,
Vikavolt switch in, why would Brick Break?
As I just didn't
Vikavolt
notice
resist
that
Brick
it
Break.
was a Scarf Garchomp. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you switch in Jellicent into the Brick Break? And he was expecting the Togekiss switch, so he Thunderbolt.
So he had
Punched.
a Thunder Punch instead of the Ice Punch. Why? I guess for the Corviknight, I would have gone Ice Punch.
And now he notices. He's going for Trick Room because
The
everything is way
Fighting
too
type
fast.
hits Corviknight neutrally, and Ice Punch hits both Togekiss and
But he has
Garchomp.
Ancient Power, hoping for the stat boost. But Camerupt is just too powerful.
Camerupt is pretty
Everything
powerful.
with Flamethrower and Earth Power. He's like a mini like a mini Nidoking.
Yeah, that was
And
rough.
look at all the damage those spikes did on everything. Taco ends up winning against Azoth, and
Rashe does not like Azoth's name.
so here's our third battle. It's Dylan versus Rodney.
This was a hot battle. I like this battle.
And there's the boy.
I like the boy.
That's your favorite.
Oh,
Favorite.
is Terrakion your favorite? Terrakion's a decent mon. It's not my favorite, but it's a cool mon.
So Inteleon is super fast, so he knows that
Speedy boy. What boy summer?
he could probably knock out the Terrakion unless he had Scarf on.
Shot
But he usually is a Stealth Rock setter, so.
the opposite.
But he's got Water Absorb, and he does some.
Mermaid water and dogs is water absorb. It doesn't affect mermaid dodge.
That's
Correct.
right. He just read this whole black bar, and he does some weird stuff with the Vaporeon. Focus energy makes it so that all of their defensive stat boosts don't really count. But
I mean,
he's
kind
making
of.
his Vaporeon get
Focus
some
energy
defense
means
boosts
that
anyway.
you get crits more often. And then crits ignore stat boosts. So like,
I think he was trying to
Yes, in a way.
heal on the turn he got flinched, but he got an air slash flinch.
yeah, that flinch was
And of course,
Like-
they're all crits.
a flinch at any time wouldn't have mattered, but a flinch at that specific time.
I don't know
when
why
he was trying
he
to go for
switched
the
in his
wish. That
superior
was
and
critical.
then immediately switched it out.
Well, assuming he went for the wish.
I don't think,
I guess we don't necessarily know.
Halucha needed to. Oh, maybe he was stalling out the toxic. I don't know. And I guess this is like a. This is
I also
a Scarf
well,
Polytoad.
Yeah, I
as
also
we
just
find
don't
out.
think Halucha was that necessary this match. He didn't bring the Coco for the aggressive
and Ice
boost.
Beam doesn't do nearly enough
He
there.
still has the Terrakion to take care of stuff like Tyranitar
He gets rid of the
and
rain,
Excadrill, so
even though
Yeah, I don't
rain's
think
not
Halucha was
really
really- I
helping
think he was
his
just playing to sack it.
superior all that much. And this was kind of an interesting choice. Like, if you're gonna knock it out, do you use Giga Drain or do you use Leaf Storm?
Giga Drain is always
But
a play. I don't think you don't really
he
need an extra
switches in
boost.
his Excadrill,
At this point,
who
Superior kills everything
I
at plus
guess
2, I'm
is
pretty sure.
choice band Sand Rush in the sand.
Assuming it holds
And
HP
so he
fire.
switches in
So
his,
then you go for
his
Giga Drain for the
Drizzle
recovery.
Polytoad to cut his speed in half, unless he's tricking us. And it's actually secretly a Scarf Excadrill, and it'll still be fast even in the rain. No, that's probably not what happens. But he's like,
I don't know.
they
Dylan can
both
be
survive their awesome attacks, but the Focus Blast misses. That's how we know that it's a Scarf set, because it doesn't do enough damage to knock out the Excadrill, and he doesn't
the
switch to
Polytoad
Scald.
outspeeding Excadrill
So
wasn't hint
it's
enough
Scarf.
for it to be Scarf.
What water?
Or he was worried about the Storm Drain switching, and oh no, that Leaf Storm needed to hit.
Yeah, a lot
and
of
he just
unfortunate
flexes
hacks this
his
week.
accuracy.
Yep, that was rough.
See, maybe Giga Drain might have been the right play there.
Um,
And then Kartana has all the coverage, and that he uses a really chance-based attack. If it had hit one more time, Kartana would have been knocked
I mean, a
out,
33%
and
chance
he
to
would
kill.
have
So
swept with his.
chances were he got 2 or 3 hits.
And he doesn't have Mach Punch on his Terrakion, so
Terrakion doesn't get Mach
Kartana
Punch.
just takes
Only
everything out.
priority Terrakion gets his quick attack. If Terrakion got Mach Punch, that'd be hot. But no.
And that was
Jover, Drill,
1, 2.
Drill,
Yeah, Rodney only ends up using
G, 1 to
4
battle.
attacks in total.
Yeah,
Good
that's not great.
job.
And here's the high note.
The high
Here's
note,
the
yes.
Pretty Boy battle.
Woo!
And
Let's
there
go.
are commentaries for both of these, so if you don't want to hear mine, and you've already
I've already
watched
heard both.
an hour of this battle,
I'm tired of listening to myself. That's why I
Then,
made this video.
you can go ahead
What?
and end the video, but subscribe and all that.
You know, you guys can't end this video. You guys
And
gotta
he
stick
leads
through this.
his Beedrill. When I saw this, I was like, oh man, that Mega Beedrill is going to tear through all of his team except for Zapdos. If he just
I mean,
gets
even
rid
against
of
Zapdos, he has
wins
no
with
switch-ins
just
to Beedrill. Beedrill
And
is
then-
pretty hot against
but
this
he-
particular team.
He's not cautious enough with his Beedrill. He
mean-
knows it's going to get hit by a
I mean, yes,
priority
I wasn't
move.
cautious with it.
And
but
priority
also
is,
Beedrill has crap
Beedrill's
stats.
only weakness.
So like crap defensive stats. So it doesn't
But he
need
doesn't wanna
HP
get
because it's
his,
dying to any hit
Rotom
anyways.
heat
What it
knocked
does is
off.
it outspeeds and kills.
Because he has.
So like I could be at
I don't
1
know.
HP
Assault
and
vest,
it'll be
who
just as
knows?
effective at.
And then he
as if
knocks
it was at
off
full.
the choice specs
Because
on
if
the
it takes a hit
Greninja,
instead.
and that's going to make a huge difference. These guys are both in Smash Bros. And this is apparently the first time Battle Bond has been procced.
Greninja has not done
Oh, and he lets his
anything this
Beedrill
season.
get hit by a U-turn and an Ice Shard. But he needed it.
I didn't need it.
It would have taken
if
out
you watch my
all
live com, it was a calculated
these
decision
guys
to
easy.
sack the Beedrill. It was the least
But
valuable
he
member on the
wants
team, even though it
his
still could put in
Zarude
work.
to be number one on
I had other
KOs,
plans
so that
around
that
this
affects
match.
his thinking sometimes.
Wait, what did you just say?
KOs, but he wants his Zarude to be number one on the KOs, so that affects his thinking sometimes.
I mean, yes,
he U-turns because he's Scarf,
But that I don't think that really played into my thinking here. It was just
and that
Beedrill
wasn't
was
expected.
the least
He's
valuable
gonna get
member on the team.
not an overheat. Why wouldn't you overheat? Oh,
Because reasons.
yeah, it's because Rabambi can't do anything to a steel type because its stabs are just bug and
Yeah.
fairy.
Yeah.
And this was a cool play. He put Defiant on his Empoleon so that as soon as Sticky Web got on, he could double its attack. And then he puts Agility on it, expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
They both have a Defiant guy, but Zapdos can't get it from Sticky Webs.
And I don't have any Intimidators on my
So
team, so
he just overlooked it.
they could have taken advantage of the defogs though, because I
One
do have a lot of
time,
defoggers on my
the
team.
Zapdos got hit by a defog and got
Yeah.
its Defiant, so that was cool. And here he goes, he waterfalls the Xurkitree that totally needed to happen because it was so powerful.
Yeah, Xurkitree was
Jack
a huge problem for my
expects
team,
a close combat,
especially
so
after
he
knowing
switches
what
into his
Ronder's
Ghost
set
type.
was, the
and
Hypnosis Blunder policy.
Alex
thing could've swept my
expects some
team,
funny
so.
business, so he just U-turns, and then there's the flamethrower. He has no... There's never a good switch in for Nidoking. And he
Snorlax
sacks
is a decent
his
switch into
Rabambi
Nidoking.
because he
Chansey
wants
and
his
Pussy.
Nidoking and his
He wants to turn
Zapdos.
into random superpower.
And so his Scarf is just negated, but if he's max speed, he'll probably still be faster than the Zapdos. But he's not.
Zapdos' Scarf.
He's not max speed. He's Adamant.
I am max speed. Zapdos' Scarf.
And there's the Water Shuriken, which is
Finally
boosted
putting in
by
his
the
work
Battle
this
Bond.
season.
And
If only I had Aqua Jet.
I don't know why he sacks his Empoleon there instead of
Because
just,
it was the best
instead of
one to sack.
Greninja.
Because
But whatevs.
I needed the Water Shuriken
Oh, he's
around
trying
him.
to get the close combat defense drops
Yeah.
so that the water.
Plus, Empoleon,
Shuriken
like, without an
would
agility,
do
it's
more.
not outspeeding Zapdos and gets killed by close combat.
So, yeah,
there's
that's,
no reason to keep it around.
There's 2 commentaries on this battle. Go ahead and check them out. There's links in the description.
If you don't
Yeah.
mind, click the subscribe. And if you didn't watch, and if you didn't see any, if you missed it, you get to watch it again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 episodes for you, and then.
Oh, okay. We were
you
missing.
know
We were missing the
that-
other hand. That's why.
Actually, you get to watch this sometime. Does week 7 come next?
Yes,
Yeah.
week 7. And then we
Week
end
7's
on
next.
week 9. And it's the playoffs. And then the playoff battle videos will be much, much shorter.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
No problem, dude.
bye,
Thank
bye,
you.
bye, bye.
Blah, 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 blah.